Jesus told us in Luke chapter 14 that the original message, the kingdom of God, was a message that required a great price from us. And he urged us to stop and count the cost before we made the decision to become his disciples. I know that many of the refugees coming out of the East and trying to get into Europe are waiting to get into other countries right now. And the doors are closed to getting into those countries. The kingdom of God is a nation where the doors are always open, but there's a significant price to entering. Anyone can enter in the world, but it takes a price, and you need to count the cost before you decide voluntarily to enter. Consider what Jesus had to say in Luke chapter 14, verse 25. Great multitudes went with him, and he turned and said to them, "If anyone comes after me and does not hate his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it? Lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, 'This man began to build and wasn't able to finish.' Or what king, going to make war against another king, does not sit down first and consider whether he's able with 10,000 to meet him who comes after with 20,000? Or else, while the other is still a great way off, he sends a delegation and asks for conditions of peace. So likewise, whoever of you who does not forsake all he has cannot be my disciple. Salt is good, but if the salt has lost its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It's neither fit for the land nor for the dunghill, but men throw it out. He who has ears, let him hear." Jesus is saying the invitation is there, but it takes a tremendous cost. You've got to give up everything you have. You have to be willing to forsake everything. To be his disciple, you have to take up your cross. The cross is an instrument of death. It's like dying to yourself. This isn't just a matter of believing and he did it all for you. He's saying we have to pay a significant cost ourselves if we're going to be his disciple. And what's the cost? The cost is obeying all of his commands. And some of them are challenging. We have to love our enemies. We have to return good for evil. We have to root hatred out of our hearts. We have to root lust out of our hearts. When we get married, we're married for life. We can't get divorced and find another wife. He has hard teachings in many areas, but it's worth everything that we have. It's a great price to pay. So this is the two versions of the Christian faith that we're presented with. One is all you have to do is believe and enjoy life. And the other one is, no, you have to take up your cross. There's a great price to pay, and you have to follow Jesus. It's a narrow way. It's a difficult road, as Jesus said. So those are the two versions of Christianity. You don't just have to make a decision in America or in Europe, do I want to be a Christian or not? But you have to make a decision. Do I want to be a real Christian? Do I want to follow the old faith? Do I want to go on the narrow road, not just believing? Jesus said many people would say to him, "Lord, Lord," but he'll say, "I never knew you, you who practice lawlessness." The old way, the original way, is the only way that's going to get you to heaven. So I encourage you not just to become a Christian, but to really seek the original path that Jesus laid out, the path of the kingdom of God.